Good afternoon and welcome back to the Degen crew. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Yesterday I filmed a video on when Jerome Powell will be out as the Federal Reserve Chair. Specifically, May 15th, the yes was selling for 20 cents, and May 16th, the yes was selling at 99 cents. The reason for this was specifically around how the prediction was worded for this market, and how when the term of Jerome Powell actually ends. Did it end at May 15th at midnight, and which would make May 16th a yes and May 15th a no? That's why I was buying May 15th as a no. But what it ended up happening was yesterday, Jerome Powell was made the temporary Fed chair. May 15th at 5 o'clock, they announced that the Federal Reserve Board named him Chair Pro Tempore. I don't know why they didn't just put temporary, and I don't know how to read that. Tempore. Chair Pro Tempore. They made him the temporary Federal Reserve Chair. So what that means is he was, because you can't be the Fed chair and the temporary Fed chair at the same time. So it technically means even if it was just for a minute, I guess he stepped down so that he could be made the temporary Fed chair, or there was a conversion from Fed chair to temporary Fed chair. Even though he's still in power right now, or still the Fed chair, he was made the temporary Fed chair until Kevin Warsh is sworn in. And you can see that right here in the prediction. Yesterday at 5 o'clock when they announced this, it went from a 5.5% yes all the way up to a 65%, and then they resolved this outcome for May 15th to a yes. So I was wrong. I lost this prediction. In my video yesterday, I was also talking about the fact that there were some large wallets that were buying yes on May 15th, and that I was going against their prediction. So this is just, if I'm using them as the indicator, it's just making a note for myself that I don't know what they were seeing. The Fed chair has been made a temporary Fed chair before. It happened in 2022. So maybe their assumption that was that they would have to make him the temporary Fed chair. And I didn't find that anywhere in my research, or I didn't do good enough research. But either way, is if I am using the large wallets as an indicator, I need to also assume, or when I see that large wallets are going a different way than I am, I have to do a little bit more deep diving research to figure out what they're seeing that I'm not seeing. So May 15th, he resolved yes, he was technically out, and then he was put back in as the temporary Fed chair. So for how long? Maybe there'll be another prediction on that. When will Kevin Warsh be sworn in? There's probably a prediction on that somewhere. But this outcome was yes, and I was wrong. It was not no.